There's something deeply wrong with the hearts of stone. Not the monsters, not the curses. You. Because by the end of this story, it becomes clear that you didn't just defeat the devil. You worked for him. And the worst part is, most of you never even saw it coming. It starts like any other job. A contract on a notice board. A monster in the sewers. The client is Olgierd von Everec. You ride to his estate, look him in the eye.
Monster in the sewers. Know anything more?
I've no clue what it is. Only that it's deadly.
Negotiate the fee. He treats it like a routine pest control problem. Just another beast in the dark. You descend into the muck. But you don't find a simple monster. Instead, you stumble into Shani, an old flame,
Geralt?
a frontline medic. Waist deep in filth, desperately trying to save the soldiers sent before you. And then, the water shifts. You find what tore those soldiers apart, the Toad Prince. There is no grand duel here, just a stone pit filling with toxic gas. Every swing of the silver sword bounces off stone. You choke on venom, burn through potions, desperately roll through the muck, just to survive a tongue strike that hits like a battering ram. It doesn't feel like a hunt, it feels like a suffocating scramble to stay alive. But you outlast it, or so you think. You collapse into a toxic dream, and when you open your eyes, the trap has already snapped shut. Arrested, chained, sentenced to die by a foreign military.
What just happened? What did he say?
Said to sit quiet, and that you'll hang in 2 weeks.
No explanation, no escape. And right before the executioner strikes, he appears. You will die, unless I help you.
Greetings, Geralt. Remember me?
Gaunter O'Dimm. He doesn't shout, he doesn't threaten, he just stops time. A spoon snaps in his hand, and everything goes silent. And in that silence, the mark is branded into your flesh. Not a deal, not a choice. A supernatural tracking collar.
Prime to sleep through the whole thing.
Wrong. We could do nothing. We delivered live this one.
You survive the storm and fight your way to freedom.
A man who refuses to pay his debts.
Really think this'll interest me? Any reason why?
He's wronged you as well. His name is Olgierd von Everec. Our pact states that before I can collect my due, I must yet fulfill 3 wishes for von Everec. But I cannot fulfill them myself directly, making use instead of a... how shall I put it? A proxy.
From that moment on, the monster hunter is dead, replaced by a corporate errand boy. 3 wishes for Olgierd von Everec, so O'Dimm can finally claim what is owed.
You must find him and show him the time of his life.
The first wish demands you to show Olgierd's dead brother the time of his life.
Rogue you seek, Vladimir von Everec, brother to Olgierd.
A ghost takes your body, your voice, your control.
Listen, I'm supposed to show Vladimir von Everec the time of his life. Turned out, he's a ghost. So, willing or not, I gotta lend him my body.
What if I want to talk to you, not him?
Well, she should approach me and ask me to jump out for a bit.
And he drags Shani right into the crossfire. Shani, the same medic from the sewers. Suddenly caught in the orbit of walking corpse for one night. You crash a country wedding, there's music, laughter, dancing, for a few hours, surrounded by Shani and the villagers.
We sing so we can empty yet another stein.
That really necessary?
Everything's feel human again, alive. And then morning comes.
Get ye hence, or I'll take you with me, and your mouldy crypt will look like paradise in comparison. The choice is yours.
The ghost is banished, the body returned, you leave the girl behind.
What do you do?
That's what he usually does on the moon.
Whatever that fleeting human feeling was, it's gone. Because it was never meant to last.
Bring me the house of Maximilian Borsodi.
The second wish is an impossible ask. Bring Olgierd the house of Maximilian Borsodi. You can't buy it, so you want to steal it. After an auction, a hooded stranger pulls you aside. He needs a professional. You're told to meet him in a herbalist's basement, and a crew is needed.
We both need to get into the Borsodi's vault. Both want something that's in there.
So you go out and acquire the climber Evelyn Gallo and the safecracker Quinto. The target is the Borsodi auction house.
Ploughing city foul, shite all over again. What?
The plan starts out rough and deteriorates quickly. Horst, the auction owner, gets a whiff of this and locks himself in the vault. Alarms ring out, guards surround the building, hostages are taken. It turns into a heavily armed standoff with the military. Until your thief cracks the vault door. You step inside and the masks come off.
You old?
Greetings, brother. Been years.
This was never a simple robbery. It's a bitter 15-year-old blood feud. The stranger who hired you is Ewald Borsodi. The man hiding in the vault is his brother, Horst Borsodi. Horst gives a proposition. He offers a choice, and Quinto switches sides. You are forced to make a choice. So you side with Ewald. You butcher his brother and put down the thief. The blood settles, and you ask for the price. But Ewald changes the deal.
It houses my father's will. A scroll thanks to which Ewald Borsodi, long missing, will assume the family fortune.
And Geralt of Rivia, who you cheated, what'll he assume?
Alas, but he's free to choose anything else.
He tells you to take the gold, but you can't have the house. So, in order to fulfill the second wish, you are forced to kill him. You step over 3 corpses, reach to the vault, and grab the prize. A literal wooden model of a house. You just murdered a room full of people over a twisted technicality. And as you walk out, covered in blood, the reality of the game sets in. You realize that you aren't just granting wishes. You are being used as a wrecking ball to demolish Olgierd's legacy.
Listen well. I had a wife once. The day I saw her last, I gave her a rose, a violet one. Bring me that blue. Wouldn't mind reminding myself what it looks like.
When was that? How long's it been? Flowers wilted and turned to dust by now.
You wished to hear a wish. Now you have. Fulfill it.
And this is where it gets incredibly dark. Bring back the purple rose from Olgierd's wife, Iris.
Oh, that's a marvelous idea.
You travel to the von Everec estate. There is no grand welcome, just a caretaker. A towering, faceless abomination, wielding a rusted spade, cleaving through anything in its path. You put the monstrosity down, and from the shadows, a cat and a dog appear. Not animals, demonic familiars.
Clearly not animals. Think of us as friends of the house.
They become your guides through the rotting grounds.
Iris is inside, in the bedchamber upstairs. Take his key. It opens the rear door.
Inside the manor, the shadows move. A wrath born from Iris's nightmare tears through the halls. A grueling, claustrophobic fight. But you survive, push through the dust, and finally find her. Except, you're too late. Iris is dead. She has been dead for a long time. The familiars instruct you to bury her. Not to lay her to rest, but to wake her up. You place her in the earth, and you step into a painted world, a rotting, beautiful nightmare built entirely from her grief.
What is this place?
This isn't a quest anymore. It's an autopsy. You walk through the remains of a life, a marriage that collapsed, a home that became a prison.
I care not the slightest what you think or how you feel.
And at the center of it is her, fading, waiting.
And my eyes open wide and I recognize things. Remember who I am and who I was.
You know exactly how cruel this is, but the mark on your face burns. The contract demands it. To get the rose, you have to take the very last memory she has left. You erase her from existence. Not with violence, but with quiet, devastating precision. By the time it's over, there is nothing left of Iris's world. His brother's memory is tainted. His family line is dead on a vault floor. His wife is gone, piece by piece, wish by wish. And then, the truth clicks. This was never random. Olgierd wasn't being helped. He was being prepared.
Bake more treats!
I wanted to congratulate you. You acquitted yourself splendidly with Olgierd. In fact, you've almost satisfied your debt.
Was supposed to fulfill his 3 wishes. Did just that. This is where you remove the brand, 'cause we're even.
Nearly. To fulfill the terms of the contract to the letter, you must do one more thing. Draw Olgierd to the Temple of Ilvani.
Before the final debt is paid, you need to know exactly who you're dealing with. You visit Shani one last time. She points you to the Oxenford Academy, to a man who spent his life researching Gaunter O'Dimm. You break in and find Professor Shackelschlock. He isn't a brilliant academic anymore. He's a terrified, broken old man, locked inside a protective chalk circle.
What did Olgierd von Everec want from you?
I curse the day I first set eyes upon the man. He appeared at my doorstep one day, offering a sack of gold were I only to find out who Gaunter O'Dimm is and how to get rid of him.
Driven half mad by nightmares, he gives you the key. O'Dimm can't be killed. but he plays by the rules of his own contracts. He can be challenged.
O'Dimm wields contracts, word traps, duels of wits. Challenge him to such a duel. He'll agree, and can be beaten. But remember, there is only ever one stake. The sole thing he truly desires. Human souls.
The second Shackleshlock finishes giving you the answer, he takes a single, careless step outside the circle, and he immediately dies. A twisted, dark, comical execution. But you have what you need. When O'Dimm returns, he doesn't rage. He doesn't fight. He collects. But contracts go both ways. For a moment, there is a pushback. A challenge. A final gamble.
Wait. Do not interfere, Witcher. Remember what I did to the last fool who interrupted me.
You grant wishes, right? Grant mine and release him.
He must repay his debt.
Let him go, and I'll take it on. We'll call it mine.
You wish to give your soul for his?
No, but we can play for them. I lose, you take mine and Olgierd's. But if I win, you release us both.
What do you propose we play? Gwent?
Don't know. Maybe we can bet on a challenge.
Very well. But we shall do this my way.
Your soul against his. He drags the game into something twisted. A nightmare dimension where time bleeds away, where gravity breaks, path collapses, and reality itself turns hostile. O'Dimm shatters every mirror in your path, because he knows that's the only way to solve his riddle. That's the only way to see him clearly. But he forgets one detail. You don't need a mirror to see a reflection. A blast of magic against a crumbling wall, water floods the dry fountain, and there he is. Caught in the water surface, a single flaw, in a dimension never supposed to have one. And just like that, it's over. The mark fades, the contract is broken, and O'Dimm burns away into the shadows.
Be gone. You've lost. Well, don't have to worry about him anymore. You're safe and free.
I thank you again, Geralt. And good luck on the path.
Good luck to you too.
The devil didn't really trick anyone. He didn't need to. Every step was followed. Every wish was fulfilled. Exactly what was required. So the next time you play The Witcher 3, remember this. You might have saved Olgierd's life at the very last second, but only after systematically destroying his entire world. See you in the next one. Peace.